Join in for a message I call More Than Wine and Cake. We'll explore how simple acts of kindness, community, and noticing the little things can create abundance and joy. With stories from family traditions, history, and the gospel, we'll celebrate how everyone, no matter what their role is, can be a part of God's plan to build something beautiful. Let's share hope and connection together. My mother-in-law had a special memory from her youth. It was about a cake, but not just any cake, a very special and specific one. This cake had thin layers and something apple-like in the middle. Well, for years, she searched for the right recipe but could never find it. Pam, my wife, knew about this search. It became like a family mystery, almost a legend. Years ago, while visiting a Revolutionary War battlefield, we went into a gift shop and I saw a cookbook with very old recipes. Inside was a recipe called apple stack cake. Excited, I showed it to Pam, thinking it had to be the one. But when we made it, the layers were too fluffy, not thin. It just wasn't right. Well, a few weeks ago, Pam was scrolling through Facebook and saw a post from someone in Appalachia talking about the apple stack cake. They described it exactly like her mom had. Thin layers, apple filling, all the memories tied to it. Well, in the comments, someone shared a recipe. We tried it. And finally, it was right. All the people out there in the comments on that post agreed. Making and sharing that cake connected us to the past, to family, and to a community that understood its meaning. Kim Wright, the one that posted, wrote about the history of the apple stack cake. She said it goes back to the 19th century. People brought layers to weddings, and the bride's family added the apple filling. The more layers, the more loved the couple was. Well, this wasn't just a dessert. It was a symbol of joy and community. The cake reminds me of the story in the Gospel of John about the wedding at Cana, the one we read today. Back then, celebrations were about community. People walked for days to be together. They stayed for several days, sharing food and wine. Everyone contributed like layers of the apple stack cake. At the wedding, something unexpected happened. They ran out of wine. Today, we might gossip about poor planning and stuff like that. But back then, it was a big deal. Wine symbolized joy and hospitality. Running out meant embarrassment and disappointment. But something amazing happened. Mary, Jesus' mom, noticed the problem. She told Jesus, who asked the servants to fill some jars with water. When the water was drawn out, it had become wine. And not just any wine, but the best wine. This miracle showed God's abundance and love and started Jesus' ministry in a way that brought joy to everyone. So what's this mean for us? Well, here's the big idea. God notices the little things. Mary saw the wine running out, and Jesus cared enough to help. Nothing is too small for God's attention. The unexpected matters. It wasn't the bride or the groom or an important guest that saved the day. It was Mary and the servants. God often works through unexpected people, including me and you. Joy grows in community. Just like people brought cake layers to build something special, we can bring what we have, our kindness, our time, or help, to create joy together. Here are some simple ways to live out this message. Notice people's needs around you. Who in your life could use some help, kindness, or encouragement? Like Mary, pay attention to what's happening and step in when you can. Trust and act. Jesus told the servants to fill jars with water, even though it probably seemed kind of strange to them, but they trusted him and they acted. Sometimes what God asks of us might feel unusual, strange, weird, or small, but it can lead to big things. And go out there and build community. The apple stack cake was made by everyone contributing a little. Think about what you can add to your community. Maybe it's helping a neighbor, volunteering, or simply being a friend. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek the happiness of others." He started as an unknown pastor, but stepped up to lead. Like Mary, the servants, or even the people who brought layers to a cake, he brought what he had, trusting it could make a difference. So let's bring what we have to share joy and light in the world. Notice needs, trust God, and work together to build something beautiful. Like the apple stack cake or the miracle at Cana, our contributions can turn scarcity into abundance and sadness into celebration. So go out this week. Be a part of the layers that build joy, kindness, and love in your community. You might be surprised at the miracles that happen when we all come together. Amen.